Hello and welcome to another episode of Stream It or Leave It. Today we're going to be talking about The Chair starring Sandra Oh. Christina Yang is actually one of my favorite fictional characters of all time, and I've been following Sandra Oh's career since then. So I'm really excited for this show. I'm in theme with my blazer. Anyway, onto the video. So at the time of recording this, I've already binged all 6 episodes. I laughed and sobbed quite a bit, so I already recommend this, even though we're not at the end of the video. Even though I've seen the whole season, there will be no spoilers in this recap. It's Dr. Ji-Yoon's first day at her new job as chair of the English department at Pembroke University. This is the typical beginning of every new semester, where everything is still new and promising. Ji-Yoon's worked hard, and that's been acknowledged as she is the first female chair in a job that's in a male-dominated field. She has a spectacular office too, by the way, and on a superficial note, her hair and wardrobe in every episode are enviable. It's kind of like darkish academia. She chairs her first department meeting, and of course the majority of the English professors are old white men who are kind of grumpy and hilarious, stuck in their ways. Now I know that in the real world this situation isn't as endearing as we see it on the show, but I will say though that as the show goes on, you'll see the reality of her situation as she's suddenly their superior. Ji-Yoon has actually inherited a bit of a problematic department though. They're in crisis, to be honest. They're hemorrhaging enrollments for one thing. Students are opting for STEM over English. Add to that, the older professors are costing the university a lot of money, and they average around 5 students a class, so to put it in crude terms, they're not really good for business. So Ji-Yoon is tasked with kind of nudging them to retirement or finding other ways to invigorate the department and cut costs. Bill, one of the rock star professors, who has tenure, has just lost his wife and he's just seen his daughter off to uni, and he's having a bit of a rough go of it. He's late for class, often not sure which class he's teaching, and his long-suffering TA has to often clean up his messes. The thing is though, he is passionate about teaching and literature and he's good at it, but he often coasts a bit on the fact that he has tenure, has published a couple of novels, does have the talent, so he can get away with it. Obviously, helping prevent Bill from completely self-destructing is in Ji-Yoon's purview, not only because they're friends and colleagues, but the optics of her department are now her responsibility. There is also something there. Up until this point, it has been an unfulfilled something, but we get to see how they manage the complexity of that because optics. This isn't a spoiler because it's in the trailer and their chemistry is noticeably off the charts the second they're on screen together. Ji-Yoon's new job also raises some challenges with her friend and colleague Yaz, a young, smart and upcoming professor who still needs the stamp of approval from their old professors so that she can get tenure. Ji-Yoon kind of tries to solve a couple of issues at once here by combining Yaz's class, which is hugely popular and bustling with students, and the older professor's class, which is pretty much empty. To the young students, the older professor's methods of teaching seem so outdated, and obviously Yaz's classes are a lot more fun and innovative. Can they work together and make something out of this? Well, we'll see. In general, it was really interesting to see Ji-Yoon try to reconcile her own ideals, like wanting to have a more diverse faculty, challenging some of the old ways of doing things, with the feeling that she needs to keep the peace with the institution's wealthy backers, and that on some things she might need to pick her battles and compromise. Honestly, seeing her walk this line though, and have her friends worry that she might be selling herself short for it, was kind of stressful, but I really enjoyed it. As someone who once dreamed of a career in academia, shows like this make me feel so nostalgic for my years back at the Philosophy Institute. Ji-Yoon is aware that things do need to change in the department. I mean, the world around them is changing, students are changing, but just seeing her, Bill, Yaz and Joan be so passionate about English literature was so comforting and delightful. I should also mention that Ji-Yoon's relationship with her daughter was also one of my favorite storylines. I usually don't enjoy precocious kids on TV shows at all, but Juju, Ji-Yoon's adopted Mexican daughter, was oddly insightful at times for a kid, and her quest to connect with her culture and the challenges that Ji-Yoon sometimes had connecting with her just really resonated. All in all, this was a great show, and yeah, I would definitely stream this. I watched it all in one go, and it felt so good to fall in love with the trailer, know that you'll love the show, and end up even loving it more. Anyway, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching.